Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you all are doing good. In the previous video, we saw how we can create a field generation prompt template using record merge fields. And in this video, we will see how we can use flow merge fields in our field generation prompt template to make it more dynamic. So let's get started. Let's quickly see today's use case that we are going to implement. So you are a support representative and you want to provide up to the minute summaries of open customer cases for a given customer to your company's sales team before they make the customer calls. And to do that, you create a field generation prompt template that integrates a flow that obtains case data for an LLM to summarize. To implement this use case, there are few steps that we are going to do. The first is we'll have to create a flow that gets a list of all the open customer cases. Then we'll create a custom field to store the open case summary. Next, we will see how we can create a field generation prompt template that invokes the flow. Then finally, we will assign the field generation prompt template to the custom field. So let's see it in action. Log into your Salesforce org and go to the setup, and before we create our field generation prompt template, let's start with creating a flow that gets the list of all the open customer cases. So navigate to flows and click on new flow. Select start from scratch, and from here you have to select the template triggered prompt flow, which gets launched from a prompt template and adds prompt instruction to the associated prompt template. So I'm selecting this type here and click on create. Now in the input type, you'll have to select the automatic inputs because we want to use the inputs provided by our prompt template. And in the prompt template type, we are selecting the field generation template capability. And in the object, I'm selecting account because for an account we have to get the list of all the customer cases. Now once you select the inputs, we'll have to add the get records element for getting all the cases, open cases for that particular account. In the filter, we are selecting the account ID equals the input account ID. So as an input from the prompt template, we are getting the account ID. And we are also selecting the status not equals to closed. Now we are checking if there is any open customer cases by using this decision. Here in the condition, we are using the get record fields, get record element is null, false. So if the get open customer cases is not null, it means there are some open customer cases for this account. So it will come into this outcome and the default outcome will be no. Now if there is no open customer cases available, then we'll have an add prompt instruction here. We will say, and in the prompt instructions we are simply saying there is no open customer cases for this account. So that's it. And if there is any open customer cases available, then it will come into this path. So we'll have to add a loop here which will loop over all the open customer cases. Loop over open cases, and in the collection variable we are adding the get records element, which is actually getting the list of all the customer cases. Now inside the loop for each element we'll have to add this prompt instruction. Add case description, and in the prompt instructions we will say case details, and in case details we will add current item for loop. First we will add the subject of the case. Next we will add the description. Okay, so what flow will do is, if the flow takes this path, the merge fields are replaced with actual Salesforce data such as the subject and description for each case, and flow stores the prompt instruction text in the output global variable, and each time flow executes the prompt instruction element, this element, a text is appended to existing text output global variable. So it can contain details about multiple cases, and when flow finishes, the flow passes the text that gets stored in the output global variable to the field generation prompt template. So let me show you what is that variable. So this is the output global variable that will actually store these prompt instructions, and it will get passed to the prompt template once the flow finishes. And if the flow takes this path, then that variable will store this prompt instruction and it will pass that output to the field generation prompt template. So that's it for this flow. Now we can save this flow. Get open customer cases. Okay, our flow is saved, so we can activate this flow. Now let's go to our object manager, search for account, fields and relationships, and here we are creating new custom field for storing the summary of open customer cases. So we will select the long text area data type, click on next, open case summary, click on next, required FLS and click on next, then again click on next and click on save. Now that our custom field is created, let's move on to creating our field generation prompt template. So for that, search for prompt builder in the quick find. On this new prompt template button, and in the prompt template type, select field generation And in the prompt template name, give any name to your prompt template, and if you want to give any description you can give that also. Right now I'm keeping it blank. And in the objects, search for account, and in the object field search for the field that we just created, open case summary. This is the field we just created, so we'll have to select this field and now click on next. And in the prompt template workspace we can add our prompt instruction. So I have already created one. I'll simply copy this. So this is the prompt template instruction that we have added, saying that you are a support representative and you need to create a short summary of all the open cases for your account. And here we are adding the placeholder for account merge field. So let me replace this placeholder with actual CRM data. So I'm selecting account and selecting the ID of the account. So this is okay. So I have added our account ID, and this is called grounding with record merge fields. And now in the instructions I have added summarize the open cases in one paragraph no longer than 500 characters, and mention how many open cases are there and what the case issue are, and use clear, concise and straightforward language using active voice, and do not use any filler words or phrases and redundant language. And for using the now for the open case details, I have added the instruction that use the following information to write the summary, and this is the placeholder for the flow that we have created to get the list of all the open cases. So what I will do is I will simply replace this placeholder with actual flow that we have created. So for that we have to go to resources, and here we have to select this flows option, and in the flows option you will see your flow that you have created. So you see we are getting this option, get open customer cases for account. This is the same flow that we have created, so I'll just simply select that flow, and this way we can invoke the flow prompt template triggered flow from our prompt template. So whenever this prompt instructions will get invoked, will get triggered, it will fire this flow, and as an input it will pass this account ID, and as an output from the flow it will get all the list of open customer cases for this account. And now let's see how the preview looks like. So for an example, let's select any random account record and click on this save and preview. Okay, so now first see how the template resolution looks like. So for the account, you see that the account is being replaced with the actual account ID, and in the instructions we are seeing the same instruction that we have given, and under the case details we can see that the case details are actually replaced with the actual case details coming from the flow. So in the instruction we are just invoking the flow, but in the resolution we can see that the placeholder is being replaced with the actual CRM data that gives the output from the flow, which displays all the case details. And as a response we are getting that there are 6 open cases for this account and the issues include like this. So this way we can use lightning flows from our prompt template and make our prompt template more dynamic by using the lightning flows for getting the information from our CRM data. So let's save this prompt template. Okay, it is saved. Let me activate this template. Now that it is activated, let me go to my account record page. Then we'll have to edit this page to assign our prompt template to this particular field. We can see our new custom field is added in this page layout, so we just have to click this field, and before adding any modifications you have to make sure that your lightning record page is upgraded to dynamic forms. If it is not upgraded, you have to first upgrade it to dynamic forms, and then you can see this layout. And from after that you can select your field, and in the right side you will see this Einstein generative AI option. From there we can select our prompt template. So right now I'm selecting the summarize open cases and simply click on save. Once it is saved, we can go back to our lightning record page. Okay, so this is my record, and now I can see this field over here, and I have to simply click on this edit button. Let me refresh this page once. Yes, we can see this Einstein AI icon over here. So to populate the case summary, we have to click this icon, and we can see the Einstein pop up over here. And then we can again click on this icon to initiate our prompt template, and as a response it will show up the case summary for this record. So here we can see that the Einstein using this prompt template, using our prompt template, it has given us the response, and we can click on this use button for updating our particular field. And now we can simply click on save. And if we want to change this output, we can again click on this icon, and it will modify our response a little bit. So we can again click on this use button, and it will update your field summary, and we can simply click on save. So this way you can use lightning flow merge fields in your prompt templates, and you can streamline your processes, automate tasks, and create dynamic content that's tailored to your needs, all without any hassle. So that's all for this video, and if you have any doubts or queries or any feedbacks, please feel free to post in the comment section, and thanks for watching.